Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Cancer. If Cancer is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say today. And so, our card is the Empress once again. I was very pleased to see this. We just had the Empress card with the last Cancer bonus reading. So I think, that same energy is really lingering here. Okay, and so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. It is free, and you just hit that little bell. When you subscribe, it'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. We would love for you to be part of the community here. Okay, so this one's really interesting. If you can see, we kind of have a triangle here, and in each side kind of looks like somebody doing something, or this one looks like maybe two people, but this is really a cool image. So here it kind of looks like, well, I see a person almost like a snowman or snow person on some kind of sled maybe. And then we have an illuminating candle over here, okay? And then as I turn, it looks like we have a person who is maybe wearing like a hat, maybe kind of a coat, and holding, it looks like a little animal, like a baby animal to me. And then when we turn it, when we look at it this way, this is how I was looking at it. It looks like we have two people. Now it looks like one maybe holding a cup. It looks like a chalice, maybe like the Grail or the Ace of Cups. And then we have one right here with a wing. Okay, so I kind of feel like this is almost like I imagine kind of a wintry story in my mind. We have maybe somebody building a snowman, snow person, and being out in the snow. It doesn't have to be literally in the snow, but I do feel like there is a sense of festivity, a sense of having a real connection to these colder months. Even if you live in a place where it does not snow, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's probably pretty warm where you are. Maybe you have a deeper connection to those cooler months, which is our summer here in the northern hemisphere. Whatever it is, though, there is this really kind of childlike wonder, just really enjoying doing what you're doing, building a snowman, going on a sled, building a sandcastle, building, a fort made out of branches and things. Whatever it is, it really, I feel, has to do with, there just seems to be this sense of a draw towards the mother archetype. And we have that with the Empress card, okay? And I really feel like in this moment of your life when you are going through some kind of growth, which, we're always growing and decaying at the same time. But this feels like there's some kind of deeper undercurrent. Like there is a sense of really coming into a new position in your life. possibly maybe like becoming a parent, leaving the home for the first time. It could be that you are, getting separated. Maybe you are retiring. Maybe you are becoming the matriarch, patriarch, or head of the family in some way. Whatever, it seems to be akin to a rite of passage. And there's a closeness to this mother archetype. Where do we go when something big happens? I mean, some of us anyways. Our parents usually, right? Now you might be like myself. My parents passed away when I was young. I was orphaned at a young age. So I've had a lot of mothers. I've had a lot of father figures. I'm very close to that more universal archetype because I've had to find it to help raise me. Now, maybe your parents, your mother is not around anymore. Maybe they are, but you're not close. Or maybe you are close and you still have a closeness with the ever mother. Okay, it doesn't have to be any certain configuration, but I feel like you're very close to this motherly nurturing energy. Okay, and because there's some amount of excitement, pride, a little bit of nervousness in these transitions that you're going through, and so where does this child, the mind of a child, the awe of a child, the imagination of a child, the fun of a child, where does that come in? Well, I think in this closeness, it opens up space for you to once again have these moments of being less inhibited about your fantasy, imagination, about having little moments of joy, little moments of enjoyment. I often think about this. I feel that, of course, as we get older, we can have a lot of different reasons to be happy, to find moments of bliss and be ecstatic and all these things. But when you were young, I think that it's so much more accessible because hopefully you have people taking care of you, going through the details of life, making sure that you are provided for, kind of helping you, steering you through the day, through the activities and the appointments and the bills and whatever. So you have more room, you have more of that bandwidth to enjoy the wonder. Okay, so I feel like when you're coming into this place, there's a relief of some of that other stuff. Although you're probably still working, you're probably still paying your bills. Some of the concerns of life fall away when we can lean on that archetypal parental energy, that mother, that father, that other, that caretaker. Okay, and I feel like this is really, this is a time to notice these feelings. Okay, notice how this is happening. And, it might not be accessible always in the way that you can just turn it on and off, but we begin to understand how we can travel to these places, okay, through interior work. Now, we have a person here, and I'm trying to figure out what is it I almost feel like I'm looking at it like they're gonna throw a snake or something. It looks like maybe a serpent there. And so I do feel like there is a sense of power. Maybe the wand. We have kind of the Ace of Wands, and that would kind of make sense maybe, because in this other image we do have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Wands is really harnessing your passions, right? Being able to take from these experiences of feeling cared for, of feeling safe, of feeling close to that archetype. And so you are able to develop those inspirations into concepts, into creativity, into, maybe new innovative ideas. And so then we go into this wands, Ace of Wands space, very fiery, right? A lot of the passion, emotionality, but it's married with the ability to create, right? The more, some of that airy energy there as well, right? So the mind and the emotionality come together. We have a deep psychic access, and so the creativity begins, and the stance looks very powerful as well. So I feel that there is really, truly a lot of confidence here. I feel like you are ready to get into this next thing. You've maybe already begun. I mean, it really does look, it looks like you know what you're doing. And with that Empress energy, there is this, there's this implied ability to kind of make tough decisions, right? We have that with the Empress. We have that with the Emperor. These are leaders. These are the decision makers. These are who kind of guide their peoples for the hopefully greater good. Okay, but the Empress has an intuition and a softness, a brutal softness that the Emperor does not have. The Emperor is a little more harsh, right? A little more energetic in an active way, whereas the Empress is a little more sedate, a little more thoughtful about the moves that they're making, right? There is an intricacy there. This is why it's very much, I can see this very much with a Cancer person, that Empress. And it doesn't surprise me that we've had it twice in a row. Now, we're looking at this one here. So we have the Cup. It looks like two people kind of sharing it, but one looks almost like an angel, okay? So I feel, and this almost kind of looks like the cup is sitting upon a flower. So I think that there really is, there's a blessing there. I feel that you are very in touch with your true will, your guardian angel, your daemon, your higher thinking, that thing that allows you to look into that interior space, to understand, to listen to feel your intuition, to feel your deeper wants and desires, things that are connected to the divine. This isn't just idle stuff. This isn't just superficial, coming and going, whatever things. This is something that is profound, okay? And to be able to look at that, not only look at it, but hear it, to touch it, to harvest it from self is something very special, okay? This is something that takes a lot of practice, right? We think of these things, oh, you should just be able to listen to your intuition. Well, it could take a long lifetime of work to begin to know, to begin to even hear what the intuition is. You know, it's not always that simple. It's just, okay, I snap my fingers and now I'm listening to my intuition. You know, I'm listening to my interior musings or guidance and all these kinds of things. No, it takes time for some of us. You know, for me, it's taken years. I still question myself. You know, and not only that, sometimes we know what our intuition is, but we decide against it. We decide against ourselves. And that's a whole other, that's a whole other process that we have to go through, is learning how to undo the conditioning that says that, you know, we often have to deny what we know is right for us because it just is, it's too difficult. It's not what other people will be accepting of, you know, it's not proper, whatever it might be. Undoing that conditioning is a lot of work as well. Okay. So you should be proud of yourself that you are in this place where you are, there's just this trifecta of things happening. Now we have a tree right here. We have the serpent right here. We also have birds overhead. Okay. And it looks like we have somebody laying on the ground, kind of sleeping. And so I envision this beautiful, a beautiful like afternoon. You know, we have our serpent of knowledge kind of roaming about. We have the splendor of sleeping beneath this tree of life, this tree of, you know, that is our shelter, that is our domain, that kind of encapsulates all spheres of being. And to kind of lay beneath it and dream. I love the imagery of that. It reminds me of, you know, the God dreaming of itself or experiencing itself through a dream. And that would be us, our lives. And so, you know, I really do. I think that this is a time for you to be, you know, not only studying, researching, looking into the things that are intellectually appealing to you. And we see that with the serpent, but you should be looking for the synchronicities. We have 2 birds, and we actually have a third one who looks like it's landed here. So synchronicities, signs, omens, they are potent right now for you. So keep an eye out for that as well. Okay. And the tree, I just feel that there is such a strength to you. I think that you have such a confidence in the things that you're doing in your inner workings. I feel that there is really, you know, as there is often with these Cancer readings, that you are facing inward more than anything, working in spirit and really honing your craft, whatever that might be. If you are a diviner, if you are a healer, if you are a creative, you know, whatever it is, I can see that this is a important time for you to be conceiving ideas, you know, conceptualizing, and you know, and dreaming those beautiful dreams that you have. Okay, now we have a fire sign, and here we have it looks like a big T. So I think just really reiterated with that, with the fire, with the wands energy, there's just a passion there. I think that, you know, we had that Ace of Cups too. So there is, the emotionality is really there. It really is potent as well. But I really feel like more than anything, it's about transmuting that emotionality into those passions, into those ideas, letting that thing kind of flow through. And, you know, I truly feel like you know, especially in these moments, in these kinds of alignments, it is important to do the things that put your time into the things, the projects, the studies, the research that speaks to you. Not so much a time to just be doing something because, you know, it furthers some part of your skill set. You're not really that interested in it, whatever. This is a time to really be in those impassioned places, the places that you get lost in, right? You find yourself, you know, you've been reading for like 4 hours straight and you haven't moved at all. You got to get up and walk around a little bit, move around. Okay, so we have a 9 right here. It could also be the fish jumping. And that would be abundance, right? We also have a paper airplane flying around here in the emotional pool. You know, and I feel like this is, to me, in my mind, this is really a sign of, as this thing kind of floats around, flies around there, make sure you're taking those breaks for yourself. Outside of, even if it's something you're very passionate about, you still have to stick to your routine stuff. Going to bed on time, getting enough sleep, restorative sleep, okay? Eating well, okay? Drinking the water, right? Fluids. Intentional movement to your level of ability. So important. Doing things like puzzles, you know, word games, whatever kind of things that are helpful cognitively for you. Okay, that's important as well. And getting outside where you can. Okay, so important. I know I sound like somebody's grandma or something, but you do. You need fresh air when you can, where you can, even if it's only for a couple minutes, even if it's only when you're taking out the trash. Get outside for a moment. Look at the sky. See what's going on around you. Okay? You got to remember there's the whole world out there happening. Okay? And I know it's easy to get really focused on the things that you love. That's okay and that's good. But we got to remember we're part of something greater as well. All right, so we have the Cincy child, or is it Sensei? I don't know. Child affirmation cards, and it says, I believe in myself, and I really like these cards a lot. They're really pretty. And then on the back, it says, I am abundance. And when I saw these, I was like, okay, I need those for my readings. And I'm just going to flip through to where it feels right. We're gonna flip it over and see what it says. It says, I embrace change as the one constant. Yes. I like that. And we have the crescent moons, like the card here, like the empress card. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Cancer, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe to the channel, and we would love to have you here as part of the community. And if you if you want to leave a comment, yes, please do. I read them all. They mean a lot to me. And yeah. So, anyways, we will talk again real soon. I love you, Cancer. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are. We will talk in just a few days. And I thank you and goodbye.